Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do one of Joseph Zabwich watercolor painting that is a street view from Melbourne, I think. And I'm just copying Joseph. And first of all, I start with sketching the painting, just very rough sketch. I don't normally show too much details and just doing a rough sketch from the city view. So here we have some buildings and also a tall building here. Then we have some cars and people's walking in the streets. Okay, starting from this side, we have some architecturals from the city view, and the horizon line will be around here. I have some buildings here, and one of them is this tall building. And there are some architecturals and a flag. There's a clock. And also some other structurals here. Just traffic lights and some street lights. Not showing too much details and just trying to have to simplify the painting. A very, very simple street view. This is my perspective, and then I have some shops here and some windows. All right, and maybe some signs, a traffic light, a street lights. A street lights goes on perspective as well. So as they go further, they become smaller. And this side we have a few of them as well. One here, maybe one here, and there's we have some cars. Also we have some cars as well. So I just try to put the cars in the perspective. So if this is the horizon line, then my first car would be around here. There's another car here. And there's another car, maybe here. Okay, I have some people walking in the street. And that is a rainy day. So I will have one person with an umbrella here. And yeah, that's it. Some signs, street signs, and just showing some details here that we say something is going on in the street. So we have to tell a story in our painting. All right, and then we have some street lines as well. These are perspective lines. Okay, let's start with coloring. All right. The palette I'm using tonight is from Daniel Smith, Watercolour. This is Daniel Smith. And I start with a very, very light wash for the sky. The brush I'm using tonight is the mop brush from NIF, and the size is 6. Okay, I first need a very, very, very light and transparent wash for the sky, and then I go down to the street and I try to keep some highlights, and I'm preserving some whites. After that I go down and the street would be a bit lighter, and down here to create some depths I will need some very dark color. Okay, let's get started. And the color I'm using now is just because it's a rainy day, so it will be, my color would be a very, very light wash of grayish blue, or maybe I don't use blue, I just use the gray color. Okay, I start with wetting my paper first. Maybe I just zoom in that you can see better. Okay, I think it's good now. Yeah, all right. Okay, I start wetting my paper. And as I said, just keeping some whites, preserving some whites. And using the gray, Payne's gray. And actually, because you need the gray color, you can use the leftover from your palette. If you mix the 3 original color, means blue, red, yellow, you will get the gray color. And my mixture is very, very watery. Very, very watery mixture. I'm just adding a little bit more gray. And as I said, you can make gray with blue, red, yellow. and maybe just a little bit adding more yellow to get a warm gray. Okay, and I'm just leaving some white area, preserving some whites, adding a little bit of lavender. Okay, just using some tissue. Adding more color. Just using tissue, lifting some of the color to create a misty look. And I just go down. And as I said, leaving some whites. Okay, now I'm adding just a little bit of warm color, like red or orange, to get to just warm up, having a warm color to my painting. Here I have cool colors, and here I need just a little bit warm color. Again, I just remove these drops. And here I have a white umbrella. I preserve the white of the umbrella and going around the cards. Now I change for a smaller brush. This one. This one is Escoda 12 because I need to go around the car, so I need a smaller brush. Just adding some turquoise Turquoise blue is a very beautiful color, just adding a little bit to give some interest to my painting. And then I go down the pupil. And then dry brush technique. I go down the umbrella. I left the umbrella wide, just need to okay, I'm just removing the color from the clock. Clock should be white. And now I go down with a larger brush. Just with water. Okay, so I just with tissue lift some of the colors and create some highlight, especially where I have the street lights. And also down there, by doing this, I create some misty look. I add a little bit of turquoise blue where I have these cars and people saying that, you know, here is like a busy area, crowds, people are walking. And all right, now I dry this first layer. I mute. Okay, now my painting is dry and I can add the second layer. So for second layer, we try to show the details of the street and building. Our first layer was very transparent, but second layer would be a bit more pigment. So I try to have more pigments Okay, so just 1 second, I'm making the colors ready, and I need a little bit more pigments. Okay, so I start with a Skoda brush size 6 and thicker color this time. Let me clean my palette. I get rid of the water in my palette, and then I mix burnt sienna with Payne's gray, this color, and I go to do the building. Okay, I start from top here. Not sure if you can see that, but later you can zoom in the video and see the details. And doing the flag, and I need some cool color for this dome. And some architecturals, adding some details. And I go down, I go around the clock. And adding more details or architecturals. This architectural is very important. If you don't add them, your painting will be just flat, boring. And I go down. I go down. I did the circle around the clock, and go down here, and I just leave some whites as like there are windows, some details. Adding a little bit of brown color. adding more pigments. Going down. Going to the other building. Oops, I should get this. I use warmer color toward the center of the street. Just softening the edges here. And I adding more pigment. And this pigment is burnt sienna with ultramarine blue. And now I'm leaving some whites for some windows and even vertical windows here. And just adding a little bit more pigments. Now I go around people's here. Softening this edge here. Just want to have some misty look here. And lifting some of the color. And now I just go back and add a little bit structurals here. adding a little bit structurals. It doesn't need to be exact, just pretending that there are some things going on here in the background in the street. All right, and then I need above the windows, below the windows, okay. I go to the center of the street, just some mist look, not very dark color. Going around the people, head and shoulders. And above the cars. Center of the street is just abstract. I'm not showing any detail, just telling something is happening here by adding some color. Okay, now I do the other paint building on the other side. Not sure if you can see it, but if I zoom out, yeah. All right, later you can come back to the video. If you are enjoying these such videos, please subscribe to my channel, then that you don't lose my channel, and you always can come back and see, watch the videos, zoom in. The good thing about YouTube is that you can always zoom in and see the details. This feature wasn't in YouTube before, but now it's added, and it's very nice that you can zoom and see what's going on. So I always watch the videos from watercolor master like Joseph Alvaro 100 times sometimes, and to learn their technique and getting the details. Just adding some structurals and architecturals and going down. And now I switch to a warmer color, then adding a little bit burnt sienna and yellow ochre, because I want to have a little bit of warm color here. And now too much pigments here. I just getting rid of these. I have a sign, a straight sign here, just preserving the white around this. And as I go to the center of the street, I just abstract my painting by softening the edges. I go around this car and the umbrella and another car here. Just dropping some colors. Okay, now going down the street around this car here. Okay, now I proceed. Sorry, sometimes I can't talk, I'm just concentrating. But I think it's clear what I'm doing. Just trying to concentrate to get it right. Just adding a little bit blue. Okay, now I go to the cars now. Back of my cars. Just adding some brown. I don't want them, both of them to be blue. Similar. And this car will be maybe just a bit greenish color. And window is too white, so I'm just adding some lavender to the window. I just put my brush in my tea. Washed my brush in my tea. It always happens that I wash my brush in my tea or coffee. All right. Okay, when something like this happens, I just put water on it and then I dry it. And then I have my peoples. So I have one person here. And another one here with umbrella. All right. I just trying to add more pigments to the cars. All right, now let's I need some shadows from the people. So when you do streets, you should be very careful not to overdo the street. Just adding some shadows and shadows of people. All right, just cleaning my palettes. And now my palette is clean. I continue with the street, with the cars shadow. And then adding some just pure water. Or maybe a spray. I have one person here as well. Just adding more definition to the people. Okay, now I do some these lights, street lights, and maybe I need to wait for here to be wet, dry, and then add more details later. Maybe some street view lines. Okay, highlights the street lights. Just some dry brushes here. And the street lights here. Just make this figure is just a bit too skinny. I'm just adding more definition to my figure here and here. And now with a very big brush, maybe this one, a flat brush, which is the NIF 1-inch shader blush. With this brush I'm going to get some perspective lines. I think my paper is too wet yet and I can't do that. Maybe trying this one. Yeah, it's working. And these lines helps to get some perspective lines. If you are enjoying this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm having live demonstration 3 to 4 times a week. Each time I select a different subject You can tell me what subject you like, and I try to provide videos for them. I do lots of flower paintings. Not sure if you are interested in street views, landscapes, seascapes, or if you let me know which subject you like, I try to provide some videos. And this is a rainy day, so I'm trying to strengthen the shadows of a rainy day. I again do this white line, and I think, okay. Now using the Winsor Newton acrylic white, I'm doing the highlights straight from the tube. Okay, straight from tube with the liner brush, very a small brush. I choose a small brush, I think. Okay, I'm using this one. This one is 1/8" brush from NYX, very small one. So I'm just adding some white and adding some highlights. For people, maybe adding some whites, some random whites. These whites just make your painting come to life. Even on this line I can do some white to give it more definition. Okay, I just added some highlights. Now maybe I add some white to the shoulders of these people. Okay, I think that's enough. Enough using white. Now I use just a little bit turquoise green. Maybe just using some red. Now I put some color for face, people face. Okay, now I need the orange color, very thick color for the cars. And it's rainy day. Okay, just what I need some birds in the sky, and then we are done. Okay, my painting is done. You can see it from here. And thank you very much for joining my live demonstration. I will save this video in the live section of my channel, and I have lots of other videos as well, so please subscribe to my channel and check those videos as well. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next live demonstration. Have a good day and see you later.